frozen again.
Yeah. Well, welcome everybody to tonight's Team Huddle. It is the 27th of October, and I want to thank all of you for coming, and I want to welcome everybody tomorrow that watches this when it's recorded. We have a fun thing tonight. Can everybody see the Brady Bunch pictures? Is everybody in the gallery view? Can you see everybody? Okay. I discovered last week some people they weren't able to see everybody, and it's because they didn't have it in the right view. So let's go ahead and get my little PowerPoint up there. Start sharing the screen. You see my screen? Sometimes you don't.
Yep.
Okay. There we go. So the holidays are upon us.
I know.
Yeah. Is everybody ready? Anybody got special plans for travel through the holidays? No?
Not us.
No. This is going to be my first year to have all the girls together. Jeannie's always been out in Indiana, and nobody likes to be gone when their children are little, you know.
Well done.
They'll all be back. We're going to get that holiday challenge started where we can survive the holidays. The agenda this evening is we're going to do our little sharing. What is that? Show and tell, isn't it? Like that. And we'll cover some of the history of the health games. Dorothy's got a great call tonight. And Dawn said, let's cover oregano tonight, but she may not be able, depending on her connection. And we're going to talk about the Body City, Humanopolis. And the events that's upcoming are pretty much still the same. And then we'll share today's success story. So here are the subjects you get to pick from. And I'm going to use what a holiday means to me. That's the one I had decided I was going to use. And, you know, when I was a little girl, my parents didn't have a whole lot. And I remember one Christmas when Santa didn't come, and I learned years later what happened is everything they had was locked in somebody else's shed, and they had gone away for Christmas. So they didn't have any anything to put underneath the tree. But it's because of all of that. The giving was more important in my house than the getting. And we colored sycamore balls and hung them on the trees. We strung popcorn. But that's what the holidays mean to me. It means more about giving than receiving. Who wants to go next?
My favorite holiday is Christmas.
Is it? Why?
Because I like the kids and the families. You get together with people.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve.
Of course, my favorite food is the turkey.
Hey, Marsha.
Hi.
My favorite holiday is Valentine's Day.
Hey, Cheryl.
Hi, I made it.
Yeah.
Good. Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
That's my favorite holiday, Valentine's Day.
Why is that? I know it is, but why is that?
I don't know. I get a chance to tell everyone how much I love them.
Oh.
That was really nice.
That's
You know, we don't do it often enough, but that became my favorite because I could do it so much.
Oh, that's cool.
nice.
Who's next?
My favorite holiday is Halloween. I love costumes. I love to dress up, and I love costumes. And I've been many different things over the years, and I just love it.
What's your favorite? Which costume do you remember the most?
I went as Mimi from the Drew Carey show.
Uh-huh.
And I won the first prize, and it was really exciting. I love going to find stuff. Everything I find is secondhand. I mean, I don't buy ready-made costumes. One year, my husband and I went as bacon and eggs, They made the costumes out of foam.
My goodness.
So that's my favorite.
What do you got planned for this year?
I'm not dressing up. This is my first year.
Oh,
Oh.
maybe
No.
you'll have a change of heart between now and then.
I might do that.
Yeah. Girl, what are you going to talk about?
My favorite holiday is Thanksgiving because everybody gets together, everybody brings their dish. Christmas is good, but then you always have to worry about spending money. But Thanksgiving, there's not any stress, and everyone just enjoys having family.
Do you change houses?
Normally between my house or my sister's, one of those two.
Yeah. Where's your sister live?
Melbourne.
So y'all are all right here. That makes it really nice. I love the family get-togethers. We know that.
Yeah.
Who's next?
I think what the holidays mean to me is our traditions that we've created over the years. And I just found a picture of Missy with her girls and their Christmas train that we make Thanksgiving afternoon. We would sit down just before supper, and we'd make a Christmas chain from Thanksgiving night to Christmas Eve, and then we'd put something special at the top for Christmas Day. And that started when my son was 4, I think he was, and he kept wanting to know how long before Christmas. So we started making a Christmas chain when he was in the military and on an aircraft carrier, he made his Christmas chain. And Missy's girls still make theirs. And I don't know, Colleen, you still make yours too, don't you?
I think me, Gordon, and Missy made them last year together.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I think Gordon came sometime between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we all made them. Wait,
That is one of my favorite. I mean, I love making the cookies and cooking and all that and decorating. I love to decorate, but everybody left the house because I always fought with the lights. That's typical Christmas, I think. But I think it's more the family traditions of the stuff that we did every year.
Yeah. Things seem to get nicer for everyone when the holidays start. It's nice. It'd be nice if it could be that way all throughout the year, but it does seem better around the holidays. Anybody else? What about you, Marcia?
I would probably say Thanksgiving. I don't have any family left, but it's a nice time to get together with friends, and there's no pressure for gift giving or anything like that. And basically, it's just being thankful for the people you have around you and everything that you have. So I like that.
Good.
The food.
Yeah, food. Yeah, food's always something.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think Thanksgiving is the highest heart attack rate in emergency rooms.
Oh my God.
Really?
Yes, yeah, they have more heart attacks on Thanksgiving than any other holiday in the
Oh
year.
my gosh.
Yeah.
No, so
Lisa, how about you, honey?
Me?
Yeah. What's one of those questions you're going to go with?
My favorite holiday is family reunion
Oh, there you go.
in June, the first weekend in June. That's my new favorite favorite holiday. That's my holiday, my favorite.
No, that's good.
Oh,
Why is that?
Because it seems like all the other holidays involve, while family is great and the traditions are great, all the other holidays are just so stressful. You know, it seems to me like there's more busy, prepare, do than quality family time. But I like the family reunion, which last year was the first time I went, because it didn't seem like that. It seemed like it was all good quality time, just fun and games.
That's good, honey. We're glad. Dorothy, how about you? Which one you going to take?
Wow, that's a hard one, because I have always been the one who entertained for all holidays because I had a big home, and it was always a big deal. In fact, Christmas, we had my husband's family our family on Christmas Eve and my husband's family on Christmas Day. But I was also a floral designer for many years, so decorating and all of that is, I love to do that. So that's any holiday that I can decorate.
That's cool. Dawn, are you able to talk, or are you having bad connection?
Well, she said she was going to try one more time, and if she couldn't stay on, she's going to say goodbye. So I think she tried one time and got cut back off. So
Okay, let's move
hi,
on.
Jan. Jan's on.
Hey, Jan.
Hi, guys. How's everybody?
We're good. You want to pick one of those subjects there and share with us?
Where are you?
Okay, what the holiday means to me is family.
Yes.
That's what I get out of the holidays.
Are you a big cooker? They come to your house? You travel?
We do both.
Yeah.
And before we moved up here up north, I had holidays every year for 28 years.
Yeah.
For both families.
Yeah. I think that's true of a lot of us, and now it's next generation that's doing it, and we get to visit. So that's cool. So, let me get out of this. I don't want to go there yet. Let me move this picture. So the challenge is paid out. Has everybody gotten their money?
I haven't.
Anybody that still hasn't, that expected it?
I didn't check yet. Yeah, I forgot.
Neither have I.
So let me show you really quick how to cash out.
Okay.
You have to go to your where you sign in for the health games.
Okay.
All right, let's go here, and then you log in. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So you can log in, and then you go up here by your name, and you go down to credits.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And right there's your credits, and that's what it costs for the next challenge, which Tony's going to do. This is what he has available, and so you're not going to pay it forward right here. That's when you're donating it to the obesity for children.
Oh.
So you go right down underneath there where it says no thanks, proceed to cash out. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So here is going to ask you if you want to donate things, and you're not going to. You say no thanks. You see that on the bottom here? No thanks, proceed to cash out.
Okay.
So now you have to have a PayPal account. And if you don't, you can create one right here. And if you want the whole amount transferred, then you put the PayPal account right here. That's your email. That's all you need. You don't need a number or anything. Just need to put what the email is in your PayPal. And if it's a partial amount, you have to put how much that is. Usually what's happening there is someone's leaving enough in there to pay their ante. So, and I'm sure he will do that, and then you go cash out. So that's how you cash out.
Okay.
Now, if you want to sign up, then what I have done here is we have two groups that I have posted the link in both groups. Marsha's going to be posting the link on her page tomorrow, and I'm sure Dorothy will too. I hadn't had a chance to talk to Dorothy about that. The reason we have two groups here is the Huddle Up is exclusive to people who have been in the challenge, and the support group is exclusive to people who are on the program, either past, present, and if they are in the future, they would be added to the support group. So if we go to the support group and we go to the link, which is right here, then it comes up like this. So we're going to say okay, because we're going to put Tony into the new challenge. And if you go down here and you say pay with your credits, right there, then you join the challenge, and it's all done. It's done really simple.
Cool.
So Tony is now in the new challenge. Let's go to the main lobby. And we have 1,100, almost 1,200 in there already. And you can see that it starts on the 14th. And we have, let's see, Go to the team room here, see who we have in there already. So we have Tony, Jessica, and Marsh. So anytime between now and when the challenge starts is a good time. The sooner you get in, the sooner you can start inviting, and the longer people have to think about it. That's all I would suggest. I like getting in there early, but I have to get in there early regardless because I have to have the room so everybody else can do it. So I went and put together the history of the health games. How many's present here tonight that was in the very first health game in September of 2014?
I was.
Say it.
I was.
I was.
I think
I was.
Was I, Marge?
Yes, you were, Dick. You were there too. So when the challenge first started, and it's been a year, so this is cool. It was a 6 weeks challenge, and you could see the difference between the first one and the second one. The second one was a big challenge. They combined everybody doing the challenges into that one, and you can see the amount of pounds that were lost. This was the one where we came in second, and we got a little money then split between us. After that, they decided to try doing the challenges every month. So they turned into 4-week challenges. And then just in this last challenge, they've decided not to do them every month, but to do them, I think about 4 times a year, maybe a little more than that. I'm not really. The next one's in January. So they're coming like about 4 to 6 weeks apart now. If you look at all of the weight that's been lost in that 1 year, Lisa made the comment the other day on the page that they are changing the health of America. And who would have thought 215,806 pounds lost over that year by people who have participated in the challenge. Anybody have?
Wow, that's the total for all the challenges right there.
That's all you've missed, Lisa. You were in the last challenge, so you missed 7 challenges. But we were learning a lot through that, and we're still growing. So you're still in what people would call, the early part. Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. And so the next one's going to be 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Miss Dorothy, I understand you having a great call to share with us tonight.
I really do. I went online to support calls online, and you guys can do the same thing. It's just supportcallsonline.com, and go to the purple line, and you can listen to the nurses call, the doctor's calls, the habits of health. I picked one that was on the computer. It's a habits of health call, and I think everybody should listen to it at least once. It's called Strategies for Long-Term Success. And it's an amazing thing. They were talking about all of the habits that you change and all of the reasons why you are a success, but also so many tips that I've got so many notes here that it's terrible. 3 meals per day compared to 6 meals a day. Most people start their life with thinking 3 meals a day is good for them. Well, there's been studies that show you can eat the same food, but if you divide it into 6 meals a day, you'll lose weight compared to what you would if you were eating 3 meals a day. That was one of the things. And they were talking about your snacks. Balance protein and carbs, and they gave you some suggestions on exactly how to do that. They also talked about the 9-inch plate. Very interesting, because you don't think of it in terms of when you're on past transition. You don't think about the 9-inch plate and how it's divided, but 50% of what you eat should be your fruits and vegetables, leaning more towards vegetables than fruits. 25% is your protein, 25% is your starches. So you're getting back into having some starches. It was an amazing call, and there was so much information in there. I am going to listen to it again.
Well, I will try, Dorothy, to see if I can post it in our Huddle Up. So
Okay. Okay. It was.
That would be great. Because I read to the last one, and I need to remember how to go into that because that's a awesome tool, and I appreciate you sharing that. Be great to be able to get to it.
supportcallsonline.com. And then when our logo comes up, you go to the purple line that's right below the logo, and it's got nurses call, doctors call, and you can pick and choose whatever subject you want, whichever person. This was Amber Smithson, and she had a Sarah on with her, and it was the September 23rd call. But it was so full of information for those of us who are already trying to maintain, and it was just full of suggestions.
Yeah.
So it was very helpful.
Wow. Thank you, Dorothy. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Dorothy.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
So now let's go back. So I saw this documentary about Body City, and I said, why don't you compare yourself to something we see working every day just like a city, and we will see it rise, we'll see it evolve, and we'll see it collapse. Let's go to the center of the city. So welcome to City Hall. Its memory capacity has been calculated at 2.5 petabytes. I didn't even know what a petabyte was, but that's still out of reach for us and not important because we have more than we can use by having the terabyte. Our computers are now coming out with 1 terabyte. So to put this in perspective, a petabyte is about 1 million gigabytes. So we come very well equipped. And then you have the power plant. The power plant, the heart pumps enough blood a year to fill an Olympic swimming pool. 700,000 gallons.
Start.
Okay? Then you might think that that is the busiest muscle in the body, the heart. Anybody think that? Nope. Well, you'd be wrong because the one that controls our eye focus, the neighborhood watch, it actually is a muscle that moves 100,000 times a day, every single day. And then in our little city, we have mass transit. 60,000 miles of blood vessels that make up the subway system underneath our skin, and every day a blood cell travels 12,000 miles. That's like going from LA to California 4 times. And then, of course, we have the sewage system. And I heard someone say recently that they didn't understand why they put the sewage system next to the playground. Poor zoning.
Yeah.
The our sewage system may have only 22 feet long, maybe only 22 feet long, but when it's spread out, the absorption level, when it's laid flat, it will cover an entire tennis court.
Jeez.
And then, of course, you have the planning department. So let's go to the City Hall's planning office and check out this ingenious blueprint that we have that's called our DNA. But let's not bog down with infrastructure. Every city has residents. Our body, our residents are 100 trillion cells in our body, and living on top of them are 100 trillion friends of bacteria. So we have a whole lot that's going on inside our body at any given moment. If we ran our City Hall properly, this would be one happy town. Healthy cells make healthy bodies. Our greatest evolvement has occurred in recent years because of technology and science. We do have choices now, but not without evolving along with technology and science, and taking personal responsibility for our health. Did you like that?
Yeah, it was very clever.
That was cool.
I thought that was a great way to think about our bodies, because who's running your City Hall? And I'm going to be very much more aware of all the things that are impacted by the choices that I make, just because I'm thinking of it in terms of running a city, because that's really what you are doing, and you need to take care of all of it. Any of it goes down, the rest of it suffers. So is Dawn back on, Dorothy, or is she still off?
Dawn is not on. But
I love that, Aunt Connie. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. So Dawn said the next oil that she would cover is the oregano. And I have ordered, well, I haven't ordered my kit. That's something I'm doing tomorrow, but I've told Dawn that I want to get my kit ordered. And obviously, with me having diverticulitis, this would be an important oil for me because the bacterial and viral.
Awesome.
Yeah. And the more I learn about oil, the more I want to know about oil. And it will be part of what I do in the future. Oregano essential oil uses are for bacterial infection, viral infection, respiratory infections, cold, cough, pneumonia, strep throat, digestive problems, arthritis, anti-aging, inflammation, carpal tunnel, and it can be used to inhale or apply it, diffuse it in the air, or actually you can consume oregano. That's that's used in a lot of Italian dishes. Let's cover about food and yes.
I just sent you a note. Dawn sent me some information about oregano.
Okay, go ahead.
She can't get on the internet now. She said, tell everyone I tried and I'm very sorry. Oregano is an antibacterial, antifungal, antiparasitic. Oh, great. My phone just cut out. Antiseptic to the respiratory system, an antiviral, and an immune stimulant. That's why she picked it now. It affects the immune respiratory system and muscles and bones. Needs to be diluted when comes in contact with the skin. Great to take in capsules. She's taking 10 drops twice a day right now, along with fresh garlic 4 times a day. Can also be diffused to help with some kind of issues.
Okay.
Security. It looks like security issues, but I don't think that's what she meant.
Right.
Sensitivity probably is what she meant.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
So that's what she sent to me.
Well, thank you. She'll straighten that out for us tomorrow, I guarantee you. All right, so we cover our products and what is the best form to get them in. And orange juice is something that was in my prior life. I loved orange juice and I always felt really good about drinking orange juice. And we are the naive, trusting public. Would like to believe, as always, the Valencia orange, the best and most flavorful of the juicers, and always from our own very own Sunshine State, Florida, but not always and not even usually. Oranges are squeezed and their juices go through pulp reduction, deaeration, and pasteurization processes that prepares them for storage in aseptic bulk tanks. Now, with the deaeration process having removed most of the orange flavor from the juice, manufacturers have to get the flavoring back in there, otherwise the juice would be intolerable. And so they turn to the fragrance industry. The folks whose noses produce your favorite high-end perfumes are the very ones who create orange juice flavors. Ever wonder why your morning juice tastes the same season in and season out, and why brands are distinctly different from each other? Meet the Flavor Pack, a laboratory-produced concoction of carefully blended chemicals that taste and smell like fresh orange juice. And the calories, you can see. Dorothy, you want to cover the label on that?
I don't know exactly what you want me to say. Its calories are 110. Calories from fat are 0. Total fat is 0. Cholesterol 0. Potassium 0. Sodium 0. Potassium 450 milligrams. I'm sure they add that in. Total carbohydrates 26 grams. And the grams from sugar are 23. Protein 2. And then, of course, it's listing all your vitamins that are added to it.
Yeah, that have supplemented it.
Yeah.
So now we go to Tropicana, and you see the numbers are pretty much the same there. And I found it interesting that down here it says the ingredient is 100% pure squeezed orange juice. But when you understand the aeration and the pasteurization process, there's very little 100% pure squeezed orange juice in there, but yet they're allowed to say that. Everybody understands when something's pasteurized and deaerated. Do you know what they're doing when they do that?
Taking everything good out of it.
Well, that pretty much, because it won't survive. It spoils very quickly, and that's the way they're able to shelf it for long periods of time. Virtually all of the orange juices available at the local grocery store are processed in some way in efforts to extend shelf life, because fresh squeezed juice turns sour and starts to degrade within a few days. Almost all store-bought juices are pasteurized, which involves heating the juice to high temperatures in efforts to kill possible pathogens, microorganisms such as bacterial and fungi. The downside to pasteurization is that it can destroy heat-sensitive nutrients such as bioflavonoids and vitamin C. According to contemporary nutrition functional approach, as such, fresh squeezed orange juice consumed within a few hours of preparing it, it is likely to have the most nutrients in ratio that occur in nature. So obviously, somewhere between what I showed you and fresh orange juice, maybe you would find something that would be better for you than that pasteurized orange juice. We do have a product in MetaFast that's called Orange Blend, and I do keep the orange blend here. I like having something that reminds me of orange juice. It's not a replacement for orange juice in terms of flavor and texture, but it reminds me of Tang. That's what it reminds me of, if anybody remembers Tang.
Oh, yeah.
And has anybody else tried the orange blend besides me?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Are you talking about the infusers, Aunt Connie?
No, this is a packet just like this.
Oh, okay. No, but I did recently get some. What is that? I forget the name of it. I go have to grab it. But the orange infusers.
Uh-huh.
What are they? Mandarin orange or something like that. But it might sound kind of cheesy, but I always make that in the morning with my pancake, and so I feel like I'm getting my orange juice and pancake. Only it's MetaFast meal replacements.
Oh, that's good.
So that's a treat for me.
And so the nutrition packs on our products, all the food has the same footprint. That's how they describe it. And so it's all properly portioned and just the right amounts of protein and carbs and fats. So there's little or no thought that goes into it, and it's healthy for you. And the calories are 90. You'll see the carbohydrates are 12 as opposed to, what was it, 23, 26, Dorothy?
Yes.
Yeah. And the sugars are down to 6 as opposed to, I forget what those were. They were over 20.
20. Well, the one had 24.
Okay. And then, of course, the protein in this is now 12 grams as opposed to minimal in the other. So there are a lot of choices that are out there. This would be the science side of it. Nature would be the fresh squeezed. And then, of course, the other that you have. Signing up for the...
Here's that.
Uh-huh.
I found these. It's the Mandarin Orange Energy Infusers.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
They're delicious.
I bought them last time, too. I like them. Yeah.
Did you like them?
I do. And the Oprah and Deepak are going to start on the 2nd. And Marcia, would you mind taking it from here and telling them our success story? This is Dr. John.
Listen, I gotta make my thing thumbnails. Okay. We got the honor of meeting Dr. Joe at the convention out in Las Vegas, and he is our doctors, our family doctor, my primary care doctor is his coach. So we got to meet him, but he's telling about his wife and him, and Rhonda gained 20 pounds in her 40s from stress eating and unhealthy habits. I had a weight problem my entire life, I would lose large amounts of weight before, but always regained it. As a surgeon, I saw the effects of my obesity on my patients and had to deal with the increasing difficulty of operating on large patients. Now Rhonda's energy reminds her of her college days, and she says shopping for clothes is fun again. I am healthier than I was 30 years ago. I either run 3 or more miles, kayak or swim for 45 minutes almost every day. We are so thankful that 8 years ago we chose to do this program to get healthy and now lead a lifestyle that is an example to others. Something that causes me incredibility when helping others.
Yeah.
You would never know that Brandon, Dr. Joe, how do you say his last name? Pecorino? Pecorello, MD, and he is a vascular and general surgeon, was also slim, but before June of 2005, he had packed on more than 100 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And that is him, that is the two of them today. Or as of July, when we saw them in July. So he's a remarkable man.
Dorothy, have you met Dr. Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to add
He's
anything?
in your area, isn't he, Dorothy?
Beg your pardon?
Doesn't he live in your area?
He lives down in Bradenton.
I think he's in Bradenton, it says.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, Bradenton.
Yeah. So, you know, when you go into a doctor's office and you see a doctor who's morbidly obese and everybody walks out and starts talking about it and how's he helping other people when he himself needs to take his own advice. He dealt with that for years. So he no longer practices medicine. We have a lot of doctors that now are coaches with Take Shape for Life, and they're prouder to say they're a health coach than they are an MD. We hear that all the time. And they also say we have helped more people since we have become health coaches than we ever did when we practiced medicine. And that's quite a statement, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I thank everybody for coming, and I hope you got something from it tonight.
Yes, thank you.
Always do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was great.
Have a happy Halloween.
Little goblins are coming.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not giving out candy. We only have 2 kids that are coming. So I got animal crackers and individual, and then I got the one little girl, a little pumpkin that lights up.
Oh,
You like that?
I think so.
yeah.
I think sometimes really the candy overwhelms them so much and this is something she can always have.
That's good.
When we were over at Janine's last night, she had a big bucket of all kinds of candy on the table. Kids were going crazy. I would imagine they were all on a sugar high by the time they got home. Jennifer got and so her 4 were right up around the table in the bucket. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm sure they love the candy too.
Yeah. Well, Daddy Dentist came in and he had his things to say about the sugar bugs,
Ooh.